an investigation that will chill you to the bone. 3 young beauties died one after another in a small village. Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the truth. Welcome to Psychic Investigations, a channel of true and impressive stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants use their extraordinary abilities to investigate shocking paranormal phenomena and high-profile criminal cases. Zakarpattia, Ukraine. Millions of tourists flock here every year to admire the beauty of the mountain slopes. But on October 26, 2017, amidst this incredible scenery, the mutilated body of a local teenage girl was found.
The body of 14-year-old Ivanka Savchuk was found in the river. Death was caused by internal organ injuries. The police investigators immediately opened a criminal case for intentional murder.
Her chest was crushed, and 4 teeth were knocked out. I don't know what or how it happened. No one knows anything.
The news of the schoolgirl's brutal murder quickly spread and shocked the locals. People don't understand who, or more importantly, why someone would kill the girl.
I can't bear the pain. I'd rather be lying there instead of my child.
She was very open, sincere, and kind.
She was very artistic. She sang and danced in the local ensemble.
Everyone in the village affectionately called Ivanka their little star. The young beauty dreamed of becoming a singer. However, this dream was never meant to come true.
It's so quiet in the house nowadays. No one laughs, no one dances. We miss her so much.
There wasn't a day she didn't say, "Mom, I love you." It's very hard.
The last person to see Ivanka alive was her elder sister, 28-year-old Marina. On the day of the tragedy, Ivanka came to visit her after school to look after her 2 little nieces.
My husband went to work abroad. She helped me around the house and babysat. My daughters loved her very much.
At around 8 in the evening, Marina asked her sister to go to the store to buy groceries. According to Marina, the store is about 400 meters from her home, so Ivanka was supposed to be back in no more than 20 minutes.
When she went, Dad came over and asked, "Where's the little one?" I said that she went to the store and would be back soon.
Several hours passed, but the girl never returned home. The family immediately raised the alarm.
I called her, but she kept rejecting my calls. When I dialed her the last time, her phone was off, and then we rushed to look for her.
Ivanka was nowhere near the store. Marina started calling all their relatives and friends, but all in vain. Ivanka seemed to have vanished into thin air. The people checked every corner of the village and questioned passers-by, and one of the villagers who lives near the place where Ivanka's body was later found shocked the family. She said she had heard cries for help a few hours earlier.
She was shouting, "Help! Somebody, help me, please!"
The police officers were surprised that the jeans Ivanka was wearing were completely torn.
Her pants were torn on her legs.
Perhaps the killer tried to rape the girl, which would explain why she had so many injuries and her jeans were torn.
The investigators worked through a number of different versions, but none was confirmed. The psychics are now the family's sole hope.
I beg them. I pray for them to come.
Psychics Olena Kurilova and Olga Kalinova embark on the investigation of the case.
I had a strange dream about Ivanka. She was asking to stop the oath that brings death. I don't understand what it means.
I also had a strange vision of a young man and a girl. He was holding her hand and she had a ring on her finger.
Was that Ivanka?
Yes, it was Ivanka. But the boy wasn't putting the ring on her finger. He was taking it off, and as soon as he removed the ring, she fell dead. When I lowered my head, I saw 2 more dead girls lying next to Ivanka, and they both looked a lot like her.
Could it probably be a serial killer?
The psychics head to the house where Ivanka lived. Her mother, sister, and concerned villagers are already waiting for them there.
Hello?
We are terribly sorry for your loss.
We would really like you to help us understand what happened.
Ivanka, who did this? The card of love. The murder has something to do with love.
The killer of your daughter is a man.
He's like a maniac. He won't stop. There will be more victims.
I wanted to understand where the girl's killer was, but for some reason I couldn't get any information. This was the first time something like that happened to me. However, I felt that he had been stalking his victim. I sensed that before your sister's death, a man stalked both of you.
Yes, it's true.
Marina revealed that, a few weeks before Ivanka's death, a strange man indeed stalked them. He was quickly following them, and at one point, he even started running. However, she couldn't get a good look at his face.
He was tall and dressed in black. He ran after us and we barely made it home.
Wait, I sense that your daughter has been haunting you after her death.
I've seen her. I opened my eyes at night and saw her standing in the mirror.
She keeps coming to tell you about her death. To understand what happened to her, we need to summon Ivanka's spirit. Her spirit's here. She's standing next to you, Marina.
I suddenly felt hot.
Mommy? I didn't want you to turn gray.
I went gray that night. When I saw my reflection in the morning, I didn't recognize myself.
Hold on. She's pointing that way. Was she found there?
Yes.
We needed to go that way. Olena, this is the place from my vision.
The bridge has some connection to your daughter's death.
The police don't think it's a murder. They think your daughter jumped off that bridge.
They said that was one version, but they don't know for sure.
According to the family, one of the investigation's theories is suicide, as the injuries Ivanka sustained indicate she fell from a height. However, no one in the village believes she was capable of committing suicide.
I knew her very well. I don't believe she could have killed herself.
She was a believer and attended the church.
The local priest doesn't believe the police's version either. He refused to acknowledge it was suicide, and he buried the girl according to all church canons.
We need to check the bridge. The killer threw the girl from there. I see Ivanka here with a guy. They're arguing about something.
Stepan.
He loved her madly.
He cared about her a lot. And he even confessed to me once that he was planning to marry her someday.
I feel strong jealousy from that boy. There was a situation here, on the bridge, in which he simply lost his mind. He was yelling at her and threatening her. The boy keeps repeating the same male name.
Yes, it's Rolf. Stepan was jealous of my sister.
It turned out that the boy named Rolf also goes to the same church. That's where he met Ivanka.
We met when we helped our priest wife move things. Then we became friends.
Stepan was among the first people who the police suspected of Ivanka's murder.
They kept him at the police station all day long, and then called him back the next day for another interrogation.
This is what I see, night, darkness. And I see Stepan standing over your daughter's body, and there's no one around. What is that supposed to mean?
He phoned me and said that Ivanka was lying dead in the water under the bridge.
Did he say he found her?
Yes.
We need to talk to him.
This is horrific. Could the girl's boyfriend have murdered her so brutally?
Stepan, we're here because we're investigating Ivanka's death. You two dated, right?
Yes.
At that moment, the boy's grandmother came out to the psychics. It turned out she loved Ivanka a lot and dreamed that one day she would become her grandson's wife.
I was so happy. I was happy. They were planning to marry and live together.
Stepan, I feel that not only the police, but also the people suspect you.
You killed her. Did the people say it?
They did. Because of it, I can't even go to the church.
The cards told me that Ivanka's killer is a knight by the overturned chariot, meaning a young man who's connected to some accident. If you're not afraid, draw one card. The card said that Stepan was angry at Ivanka, and he was indeed torn by jealousy. But he would have never dared to kill. Moreover, I saw that he was sitting at a large table with many people at the moment of Ivanka's death.
According to the neighbors, Stepan was at home between 9 and 11 in the evening. And according to the forensic examination results, Ivanka died at around 10 o'clock.
Stepan is absolutely innocent.
Then, who is the young man who murdered Ivanka, and what is the strange accident he's connected to?
At that moment, I had a vision of the killer peeking into windows and seeing two girls. One of them was Ivanka, and the other was her sister. It felt like he was waiting, studying his victim, and couldn't decide which sister to choose.
Yes, it happened.
2 weeks before the tragedy, Marina's husband went abroad, and Ivanka was living with her sister at that time to help with the household and the children. But one evening, they were frightened by a strange knock on the window.
Something knocked on the window twice, and the curtain started moving.
But when Marina ran outside, she saw no one there.
I'm still scared. I can't go outside after dark. I feel like someone is following me.
The cards showed that the murderer was looking for a victim who resembled some deceased girl. But who was she, and who is the killer? I needed to work near Marina's house. There's a woman's spirit here.
I'm having a strange vision of you lying next to this woman's dead body.
She says, I didn't mean to scare you.
That's my deceased mother. I was 9 when she died.
It turned out that Marina is Natalia's adopted daughter. Her biological mother, Halina, died 19 years ago.
We were lying in bed together, me and Mom. And she had a sudden heart attack and died next to me in bed.
Her spirit is trying to help. She says the killer is like me. And she also says that we need to find another dead girl. She tells us to ask Yevhenia.
I am Yevhenia.
It turned out that Yevhenia is afraid she will die soon, and she has good reasons to say this.
People always told me that I looked a lot like Ivanka.
I feel that you see Ivanka in your dreams. She constantly warns about death. She says, "You are next," and shows you a fresh grave.
Yes. She said it was for me, and now I am scared.
The killer seemed to choose victims who looked alike. And at that moment, I saw another dead girl. She had hanged herself.
Nadia.
Dear God, was she also your friend?
Yes, she was.
4 years ago, Ivanka and Yevhenia's friend was found hanged in her own home. Nadia did not leave a suicide note. For all the locals, her suicide remains a mystery to date.
It turned out that all 3 girls were from the same party, lived on the same street, and looked alike. And 2 of them died within a short period of time.
Nadia didn't hang herself for no reason. A man pushed her to death. Worst of all, his energy was identical to the energy of Ivanka's killer. Then I saw the spirit of another girl behind Yevgenia, the third victim. She looked at me and said, "He killed me too."
Yulia, my sister.
A death brought by the road. It's a car.
I see she wasn't alone in the car. However, only Yulia died.
Yes.
It turned out that, besides her two friends, Yevgenia also buried her elder sister. In 2016, Yulia and her boyfriend were going somewhere by car. The young man lost control on the slippery road, and the car went off the road.
But for some reason, she's holding her hands to her heart. She didn't die from the wreck itself, but from what she saw before her death.
Her heart burst.
It stopped.
She turned gray in a minute, right?
Yes. She turned gray.
According to Yulia's family, when her boyfriend looked at her after the crash, she was already dead. The ambulance confirmed she had a heart attack.
These deaths are all connected. There is someone who took all these girls to the other world. The cards say he killed them and is now hunting you because of his dead girlfriend. He kills those who look like her.
Your sister's spirit says we need to go to the bridge to learn the truth. Wait, she says we were on the wrong bridge. We need to look in another direction. Do you have another big bridge here?
Yes, we have, at the other end of the village.
Apart from the railway bridge, where the psychics have already been, the village also has a road bridge.
I see a beautiful young woman in a wedding dress with a slip knot around her neck. She hanged herself. She was the killer's fiancée. This girl took her own life. And you know her. She also looks very much like you.
Lesia. She also hanged herself. It was in either 2014 or 2015.
It turned out that Lesia lived on the same street as her deceased friends.
The killer is her boyfriend. Who did she date?
Ivan.
Hold on. He's indeed the murderer.
That's who's been killing the girls. We need to find him.
It's impossible. He's no longer alive.
Yes. Ivan crashed. He died in a car crash.
The young man sped and lost control. The car hit a pole, and he died on the spot. It happened right next to the road bridge, where the psychics are now.
There you have it, the night by the overturned chariot.
But wait! His death happened before all those girls died. How is that possible?
The cards say that the young man's death caused his fiancée's suicide.
It turned out that a year after Ivan died in the wreck, the girl he dated committed suicide.
On the day of Ivan's death, the following year, she sat at his grave for a long time, and then people said that Lesia hanged herself.
So he took the girls to the other world after his own death, meaning Ivanka, Nadia, and Yulia were killed by his spirit.
A shocking revelation. The deaths of the three friends were caused not by a living man, but by his spirit. But why did he do all this?
When they were alive, Lesia and Ivan swore to each other that they would always be together. But this is impossible because his fiancée killed herself, and she is in another parallel reality. She is tied to the place of her death, and he is searching for her but can't find her. So we needed to stop the oath.
I had a strange dream about Ivanka. She asked to stop the oath that brings death.
He's looking for a fiancée, you see.
Ivan's spirit took your friends to the other world because they looked like his fiancée and lived nearby. Ivanka was the recent victim of Ivan's spirit. She was on her way from the store, walking on the bridge, and suddenly saw him. He seemed to reach out to her. the girl got terribly scared and stepped back to the railing, but she slipped and fell. Ivan is suffering greatly because so many girls have died because of him. We need to stop this.
I need to carry out a ritual. I summoned the spirits of Ivan and his suicidal girlfriend and briefly united their souls. Through wax, I transferred their oath of eternal love to a lock and then locked and sealed it. Then I buried the key in the ground. And sank the lock in the water so that no one could ever open it again. Now this oath is no longer active, and the young man's spirit won't harm anyone.
Thank you.
I feel a lot better.
What an incredible story. If it impressed you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Many more amazing stories are coming up.